This next event is of police on December 29th, 2020. I had just been released from emergency due to appendicitis. Police were outside my house earlier that day when I got dropped off by my mother, as well as when my friend came over. This is that event. I denied him access to my building, which is my right. As a tenant, I have this authority. This officer then proceeds to threaten to arrest me and barges his way into my common area of my building, sneaking in subvertly, as was the case back in 2016, by virtue obtaining evidence. The majority holds reasonable expectation of privacy as the ability to provide access or limit access in this regard, such as a building buzzer door. My friend, knowing firsthand what the police have done to me and what they're capable of, he chooses to wait in his car until the officer would leave, which is outrageous and a breach of my freedom and liberty. Their sheer presence alone invoking fear in my friend. I then proceed downstairs to meet him in the lobby. The time that these messages were sent and the time it took me to get downstairs was substantial enough to say that this officer would not have gained access lawfully. And why is he parked in the middle of a bus zone? No parking, clearly. This is not an emergency. Why does he get to break the law? If I was parked there, I would be towed and ticketed.
Okay.
Hello, sir. I'm just gonna jump.
Oh, yeah, I can't let you in, sorry, sir. I can't let you in. Come on.
So like all.
Sorry, buddy. I can't let you in.
Well,
I can't let you in. The building manager says so. I can't let you in without.
police officer, I'm coming in. Stand in my way, you're gonna get arrested.
And what if my friend wasn't at the door phoning me from the buzzer? I wouldn't have let him in then. This is unreasonable. This officer states duty, a lawful duty. Well, then he should lawfully go to the office and gain access that way, which is a lawful way of handling this matter, not requiring a tenant to let him in. If he was really there on official business. Him avoiding showing me his name badge, saying it's right there, and then running off as I tried to catch up with him. However, I could not because I was just released from the hospital. This cannot be considered proper policing in a free democratic society. But this is how officers often react in their carte blanche attitude, overlooking citizens' rights and freedoms.
For what?
Hey, because I have to check on
They
the
tell me
welfare.
not to let anybody in.
Doesn't matter, buddy.
What's your
Claims he's there on a lawful reason. However, he's not even lawfully parked. He's blocking public access to transit. He's using his authority because he's lazy. And he's breaching my building door through manipulation and fear-mongering tactics, threatening to arrest me if I do not let him pass. It is not my authority to let him in. If he has lawful authority to be in the building, he can lawfully gain access that way, without me.
name and badge number, sir?
Right there.
Gotcha.
I'm here for a lawful reason. And you.
Great. Well, not lawful reason.
Just listen.
I just let a trespasser in. Petty trespass.
But I trespass.
Isn't that what?
The case law in this regard is written and ruled upon. Entry of the officer was unreasonable. This was not a business. This is residence, a common area where tenants have a reasonable expectation of privacy in their common areas. That's why the security door is there, in fact, to keep out trespassers or people not authorized by law to be in this building. case law stating it would make no difference whether he was a police officer or not. He had no right to be on the premises once he was asked to leave. I did not invite this person into my home. He was there on official business, his claim was. However, that has nothing to do with me, and to me, he could have been just a hoodlum dressed up as an officer, or an officer trying to, by virtue, gain information. This justice would have excluded the evidence on the basis police behavior he characterized as casually intimidating or oppressive. I don't know, but sure seems to me like threatening to arrest me, and his tone of voice was definitely intimidating and oppressive, considering I am deathly afraid of police as it is because of everything that has happened to me over the several years of targeting. This has eroded my faith in police all but a little bit more.
What's called? No way. Okay.
Not one of the police officers has a lawful reason to be here.
And what was your lawful reason, sir?
Hey?
Your lawful reason?
Well, you wouldn't let me explain earlier. My lawful reason is to check on the welfare of somebody.
Who's that?
None of your business.
Oh, there you go. Well, I wasn't supposed to let you in, just so you know, sir.
Well,
Building code.
because you would have been in jail right now
For what?
for obstructing the peace officer in the course of his duty.
Obstructing a peace officer in the course of his duty. A duty and business that had nothing to do with me. After all, I could have just not let him in and chose to tell my friend to go around to the back door. As you can read, the case law clearly states that I had the right, and I did not revoke this right to officer. He then intimidates me and then threatens to arrest me. This cannot be reasonable under the law and principles of fundamental justice in a free and democratic society, where these tyrants, through fear, get people, citizens, to do things that normally they would not do. However, myself not wanting to go to jail that day, as usually that would be what happens, and go through that whole process all over again, I decided not to pursue this matter. And being just released from hospital, another reason I did not want to pursue this matter.
Well, hey, that's not my deal. I just got out of the
Why are
hospital.
you climbing stairs with a fucking bag hanging on?
Well, because I got a fucking appendicitis. What do you think? I'm pissed.
I have always been fearful of police ever since purchase of my vehicle in 2010, when they had targeted me, stalking me outside of my house and things like this, taking my vehicle arbitrarily so many times. Even to this day, it's strange how they seem to know when I leave my house there's always an officer out there. They follow me everywhere I go. And by the looks of incidences on my door cam are in my common area more than I am commonly in my common area. This is video footage of me getting home from the hospital 2 weeks, and of course, police are immediately there as soon as I arrive. This officer driving by and then turning around. Just spent 2 weeks in the hospital in emergency for appendicitis that had ruptured. This is December 27th, 2020. I get home, my mother drops me off, and police, as always, seem to know when I arrive and go from my home. This officer turning around and circling the block before going into my house. Always instilling that fear tactic that they use so often with me. Sheer number alone would indicate this is not a coincidence. Myself knowing better, always filming because they would always be there. There he is, right behind us, as I pull into my house after 2 weeks of hospitalization. I can get no rest.
I need to let you out where you can walk. So just hold that,
Fuck, eh?
and then I'll grab the rest of the
fucking
stuff.
nightmare, isn't it?
No, they're protecting this area. You gotta look at it that way. Okay?
No. They don't protect shit.
Anyway.
Okay. Oh, you turned around up there too.
I'll just wait till it's done then.
That's the fear.
Turn around. See him there.
We really do? Oh, yeah.
All right.
Okay, let's boogie.
All right.
Silly.
Cut it off.
Those stupid things.